camp, and not because we want to. You seen the video where the camp was broke into 2 Saturdays ago. Last Saturday we went up, put bars on the door and everything. Thought everything was going to be okay. We talked to the landowner and of the campground. And this morning at 6:39 this morning, I get a phone call from the White Sulphur Springs Volunteer Fire Department, and Big Al's camper was torched
to the ground.
To the ground, and they sent photos. Contacted the sheriff's department myself today, but they also contacted the sheriff's department, and they contacted the fire marshal because there was no power going to those campers. That was cut when we discovered that when we was there Saturday, that the power line had been cut since the last Saturday, and there was no propane in Alvin's camper, and there's no propane there at all except for in my camper. But we're going up there now to empty out my camper and pull it off of there. I've got somebody who said I could store it on their place until I can get it home, find a way to get it home. And Jared is checking with a wrecker service to get that bus towed out of there. But we're going up there. I'll share video when we get up there. Don't know who's done it. We don't know anything other than the camp was, Alvin's camper was torched to the ground. The guy from the fire department said the only thing left is the frame. So that had to happen. I think the 6:39 this morning is when they contacted me, so it had to be early this morning or late last night.
I think he said it was 3 o'clock this morning.
3 o'clock this morning? Okay, he never told me. So we're headed up there now. We just stopped at our local Sunoco here to get some water and some snacks. Going to start up that way and should be up there in about an hour and 30 minutes. So stay tuned. Okay, everybody. I told you we was going to be here, and there's Alvin's camper. And, you know, fire marshal hasn't been here yet, and you can see that fire. I thought maybe somebody started a fire in this brush and caught his camper on fire, but no, his camper is totally gone. Nothing. So this is what happens when you're in a campground that, I don't know. We just don't know. There's nothing left. Nothing. There's no power hooked to this or anything. And I mean, this thing literally is just gone. Fender wells, of course, I know the fire department moved some of this stuff to hose this thing down. But this... Okay, mine's been broken into too. Okay. I'm gonna have to report that. Sure enough, it has been broken into. I'll be right back.
You guys want to have a camp right there? I said, yeah. They said,
just a minute. Everything has been gone through. The totes of clothes are gone. There was a hatchet laying there. It's gone. That radio is still there, the propane tank and my table. Sink drawers are being gone through. I had a CB radio up there, is gone. I think I had 2 of them. The weather station is still there. I can't remember if I had any keys. I did have some Allen wrenches there. They've been under the cabinet right there. So yeah, my camper was broken into. Of course, my camper needed to be worked on. So they busted the window out of it. Okay.
had some of Dad's clothes, some of Sonny's clothes, AJ's clothes, our sleeping bags.
The grill was pulled away from the camper.
Stuff like that. It's awful.
There's fire right there. The bus windows are still good here. This Inside of the bus still looks okay. The back of the bus looks okay. That fire spread over here. And like I said, there's Alvin's camper. Totally destroyed. This is my nephew, Denny Kowalski. This is his son. He's up here. We were going to, and I may still do it even though mine's been broken into, pull this camper out of here to a friend of his place to store it at least for a few days till I get a way to get the thing towed to the house. So appreciate you watching J&J True Outdoor Adventures. I got stuff I'm gonna get out of my camper, what's left in there, and this is it. No more Camp Charlie.
Nope.
It's done, it's over with. We thought last Saturday when we come up here and talked to Chris, there might have been a chance at another lot. We gave him a deadline, or we was pulling everything out of here, and he seemed like he was gonna go and do it, but it's not happening. So stay tuned for more J&J True Outdoor Adventures, and as Big Al likes to say, see you in the woods. Hey everybody. This is the ending of this video that you're watching. You know, somebody that breaks into your property and steals from you, you just don't know what that does to you and how angry it makes you. Now Jared or Big Al's not here. I'm doing this part on my own. You know, we went up on July the 17th. Took my brother-in-law Dink, Big Al's brother. He hadn't been up there since his dad died in 2013. He may have been up there once, but just hasn't been back since. And we're trying to get him up there to hunt. But we went up there July the 17th, and you all seen the first video where the bus was broken into, the doors open, the window out, stuff scattered, things went through. You know, you're violated. Yeah, it's just a hunting camp, but still. And then we get the deputy up there. He does his investigation. We're hoping that he gets fingerprints. He took several items that we know was handled by somebody that was in that bus. And he left. We fixed the window. We shut the door and fixed it back. Basically, we tied up that handle to where you have to get in it to open it. We put things in front of the doors to where even if they got the glass back out, they couldn't get through. Well, on the 24th of July, Jared and I talked Big Al. We got some steel bars about 1 inch wide, 1/8 inch thick, some bolts, some screws, took up our battery powered drills and bits, and we put bars in front of those windows. So now we know nobody be climbing through. We also changed the lock on the back because we discovered that day when we went up to put the bars on, the spare set of keys that we had hanging in there were gone. It was the ignition key and an extra back door key. There might have been a couple other keys, but those are probably the locks that we've done forgot about. Might even been the lock to the meter box, or the breaker box at the meter. But they were gone. So we changed the lock on the back. We thought, okay, you know, camp gets broke into and it gets reported. The police are up there. Most likely you think it's not going to happen again, but it's in the back of your mind that this is going to happen again. One of the other campers is going to get broke into. Well, Tuesday morning, the 27th, at 6:39. You heard me already say it in the video. I get a text message on Facebook Messenger from the chief. I think he's the chief of the White Sulphur Springs Volunteer Fire Department. At first, I took it as a prank, or somebody, rattling my cage or whatever. Because he didn't say nothing specific other than, I believe your camp has been torched. So I sent a text message back. And I didn't see this until about 7 o'clock. I got up for work, got washed, got dressed, took care of my dogs, got me a cup of coffee, got me something to eat, sat down in the living room. My phone was laying on the couch arm, picked it up, and I looked and I seen a Facebook message. So I go and I see that. So I reply back. What campsite number? How many campers? Then I get another text message immediately. Can you call me? And the phone number. So I called. And it was a guy from the fire department. I think it was the chief, but from the fire department. And said, your camper has been torched. I said, which one? The green one or the blue one? Well, it's gone. I can't tell. He said, standing at the road looking at the bus, that it was the one on the left, which was Big Al's, the blue one. He sent me 2 pictures. He asked me who it belonged to. I told him. He said, could you please call them and have them call me? So I did. I could already tell when I called Alvin, this was upsetting. So I almost left home and went straight to camp, but I went on to work, and I wasn't a very happy camper when I went to work. I got a hold of Big Al. I knew Jared was working until 6, but I got a hold of Big Al. After I got off work, we were going to camp. I also started checking around, trying to find some people that might have a trailer that my camper could be pulled up on and be brought home. Nobody that I knew that used to have them had them anymore. So I got a hold of my nephew that's in this video, and he said that he would meet us up there, and he had a buddy that said that we could put my camper in his yard by his house. So we went up there. It took us about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get there. There was blacktop going on Route 60. Got behind a log truck, got behind a truck pulling a big building. But it took us about 2.5 hours to get up there instead of the normal hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. And Denny was there with his son, and I get out of the truck, and of course you've seen the video. I shot the video of Big Al's camper. Then I hear your camper was broke into. And I turned around and see my window in my door completely broken out. And not only the window broke out, the hasp was broken. They had pried on it. Now, this campground, it's had its issues over the years. We've been there 26 years. Past 4 years, you heard me saying the memories of the hunt, what I felt the past 4 years have been like. And this year, I mean, we didn't stay at camp last year. We went up on the mountain. You all have seen those videos. But we went up on the mountain. But since we didn't stay at camp, and because of the property issue, no, we hadn't been up there to mow grass or anything. And the you know, I had a commenter say, you know, our campsite didn't look like it was taken care of. Well, you have to watch the 2017, 2018, I don't know which video it was, where we talk about what's going on. And we've never, like I said, never had an issue in 26 years until this year specifically. Yeah, we had the windows shot in 2017. Don't know who done it. We had an idea. I received a comment which is no longer on our channel, but it's still in my notifications. And so, you know, those windows were shot. 2020, while we were up there on the mountain camping, and we came back to camp, one of the rear back windows was shot again, this time causing a large hole in the window. And we fixed that. But, you know, to have a camper broke into, and, you know, those of you who watch our channel, you know how sentimental we are. Our family means everything to us. And that was my father-in-law's bus since 1985. And he passed away in 2013. And we got the bus. And for someone to just tromp all over us on that, I'm hoping that the lab pulls fingerprints and we find out who did this. It could be druggies. It could be somebody who dislikes us. I don't know. But the night that was torched, or that morning, it happened around 3 o'clock, according to what the owl said. There was not a witness, but he had an electric oil heater in that camper. Of course, there was no power. Somebody, between the Saturday the bus was broke into and the Saturday we went to put the bars on the windows, somebody had cut the wire at the breaker box at the meter all the way to the camp and took it. It was gone. So there was no power. Alvin had no propane tanks because somebody stole his propane tank. We never reported it, but somebody stole it. They hid that oil heater in there, and apparently when that camper was set aflame, whoever was in my camper trying to steal what they could steal. And that oil heater, when it got hot enough, exploded. Well, that woke some people up. They heard it. And I want to thank those people because they saved the bus. But apparently they were close enough when they heard it, you know, they turned on a light, and whoever was there, they told us they heard a loud exhausted vehicle leave. So whoever set that camper on fire did not expect it to explode because of that oil heater. And the guy and his son who watch our channel, and I won't tell no names, they grabbed a couple garden hoses, and since that area had 3 or 4 vacant lots plus our lot, there was water spigots there. They hooked those garden hoses up. They sprayed the side of the bus facing Alvin's camper. The flames had already got up behind the grill. You heard me say in the video somebody pulled the grill away. The guy told me he pulled the grill away so they could spray everything underneath it and behind it because the flames had already got there. They were doing that as the fire department was on its way up there. So we appreciate what they done. But just to finish off this video, I just wanted to say that there's been a lot of memories at that campground, at that campsite. That's one thing that can't be taken away from us, but they can sure make us feel bad and feel sick to our stomachs. and they better hope we never find out, because that's deliberate arson, and the fire marshal is investigating. And there's some other things I won't say on the video that hopefully will come to light. But I hope they catch it. And whoever it was that done this, I hope they get the full extent of the law. I mean, come on, people. We're all human. We're all brothers and sisters on this earth. And to treat somebody like that, I hope it never happens to any of you guys if you've got camps, or if you even have a camper on a campground. I hope this never happens to you. But J&J True Outdoor Adventures will still go on. We'll camp somewhere up on the mountain, somewhere. There's plenty of places to camp. It was just easier on us not to have to tow a camper 90 to 100 miles from home to there. And some people say, well, why do you do that? You can hunt on a lease. It's because it's been tradition to hunt up there during buck season. I've hunted up there for 40 years. My father-in-law hunted up there longer than that. His kids have hunted up there with him. 40 years ago, they invited me to go. My nephew's dad, his name is Denny as well. Him and Dink and my father-in-law. Big Al wasn't old enough to go hunting then. They're the ones that invited me up there. And until my oldest brother-in-law passed away in 2007, we all went up there. And then it started, people not wanting to go, and especially after my father-in-law passed away in 2013. So, I want to thank everybody who watches our videos. We love and appreciate every one of you. We appreciate those comments. I know that a lot of times Jared or Big Al doesn't respond to comments. I try to respond to all of them. The only one I haven't responded to is the video showing where the bus got broke into, saying goodbye to Camp Charlie. It's just too painful. And I know I appreciate all the comments, but I just couldn't reply. But stay tuned for more J&J True Outdoor Adventures. Bow season's coming up. Jared finally got his bow. Got it the day before yesterday. He's got to get it set up, got to get it tuned, and then we'll be shooting. We'll be doing a review on that. Of course, it took Bowtech. It was ordered in March, and here it is July. It took him that long to build his bow and ship it. But he's got it. Big Al has his. And of course, I've had mine. So we all got new bows. I got an arrow saw, started cutting my own shafts. Got to cut Jared's and Big Al's. So stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures. Like I said, we appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, hit the notify bell so you'll notified when we have a video that uploads. Now this video here is going to be probably a week after all this has happened, because we have to go get Jared's camper. And we still don't know for sure how we're going to take care of the bus. But just stay tuned. I've rambled on long enough. Didn't mean for this to be this long. It's already 18 minutes. So, as we're all fond of saying, see you in the woods. Thanks for watching.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's through the thick and thin.